Hi guys, welcome to my video. My name's Laura if you're new around here. So in today's video I'm going to be reviewing a bunch of different comfortable sandal brands. So over the past few weeks I've been trialing and testing out a few different sandals from different brands that are claiming to be super comfortable. So yeah, I just wanted to share this little journey with you guys, testing and trialing out a few different sandal brands to hopefully try and find a comfortable sandal brand that I can wear throughout summer and not get blisters and actually like be able to walk in. So in this video I'm going to be reviewing 4 brands: Doc Martens, Teva, Fitflop, and a brand that I hadn't heard of called Blowfish Malibu. So stay tuned to find out how I got on with these different brands. So this all started out because last summer I purchased some Doc Martens sandals. These ones. These are very similar to the Voss sandal that's currently being sold online. The only difference is that they don't have a buckle around here, whereas the Voss sandal does. Other than that, I think they're basically identical. So I think the Voss sandal is like this season's variation of this sandal. I actually purchased these secondhand on Depop. I knew that I loved this style of chunky sandal. It was really popular last summer, but I feel like it's been popular for a good few years now. Comes back every summer, like the chunky dad sandal. So yes, last summer I wanted to invest in some. However, Doc Martens are super expensive. Like, I think if you're buying them new, they're sort of around the £100 mark. And I didn't know how comfortable they'd be. So I didn't want to go all out and spend £100 on something if it was just going to hurt my feet and not be great. So I thought I would look on Depop and see if anyone was selling any that were kind of in a new condition, like hadn't really been worn. And I found these ones. The girl that was selling them said she'd literally worn them like once. So I thought I would go for that route. So instead of £100, I think I pay like £40 for them. Oh yeah, and other thing just to say about sizing, I wear a size 3.5, so sometimes I buy a 4, sometimes I buy a 3. These I bought in a 3 and they're totally fine, like not too small at all, which is interesting because I have other Doc Martens and I had to size up to a 4 in those. So I purchased these and I was so hopeful that they were going to be comfortable. I've worn them so many times I can't even count. I've worn them on really, really long walks, and to be honest, they just aren't comfortable as much as I want them to be, as much as I have like tried and persisted with them. I've done everything I could think of, but they're just not comfortable. The leather is actually super soft, so it's not really that the leather is like giving me blisters. I haven't had blisters like around the back or anything, but it's just when I wear them on really long walks, like sort of 10,000 steps kind of walks, they will rub across here, across this front section, and also the problem is more to do with the base of the shoe. Like, it really hurts on the sole of my foot, like on the balls of my feet. So they're just not practical in terms of actually wearing them on long walks, which is such a shame because they're such a gorgeous shoe, and I think they like look so nice and I really love the style of them. But I just had to face the facts that realistically they are not comfortable. If I'm going to be out all day, like walking into town or going out for a walk, and I want to wear a sandal, these are not it. Which took some coming to terms with. I really didn't want to face that reality. So that was how I found these Doc Martens. So this is these are the sandals that started off this whole video because I wanted them to be so comfortable and they just weren't. So I thought this year I would try and find something to replace these that was more comfortable and that I could wear all the time. So I went to the internet and I started doing some research on best reviewed sandals, best women's walking sandals, comfortable sandals, all those kind of things. And I went through loads of like forums, reviews, articles, and a lot of the same names kept coming up. So I thought I would test a bunch of different sandals and see who came out as the winner. And while I was doing research on the internet, a lot of the shoes that were coming up were not cute. They were not cute at all. They were, I'm sure, probably really comfortable, but not even remotely close to fashionable. Not things that I could imagine actually wearing in my wardrobe. So it was trying to find that fine line between practical and still a little bit stylish. But eventually I found a few brands and a few pairs that I quite liked the look of, and they also looked comfortable. So the first brand I wanted to try out was Fitflop. They had loads of good reviews about the soles, saying that they were super comfortable, and they have some like ergonomic technology or something in the sole that makes the shoes really comfy for walking in. But again, these shoes are quite pricey. They're definitely an investment. The general price tag was around like the £90 mark. Some maybe more like 70 and some sort of more like 100. So pretty pricey. There was a few pairs in the sale when I looked, and I actually ended up liking one of the styles that was in the sale most, and I ordered that. So I ended up buying the buckle up sandal from Fitflop for £36 in the sale. And let me get it out for you. So this is how the sandals arrived. You can see they're very similar in style to the Doc Marten ones. They still have that kind of like dad sandal, chunky sandal look about them, just with these big buckles. So I was really excited when I first ordered these. I thought like they were going to be great. You can see the sole has like their branding on them. However, when I put these on, I instantly realised they were not going to work, because when I walked and bent my foot, I'm trying to see if you can see, the two straps like pinched my skin together as I walked in them. Like complete style design flaw, like completely impractical. So that was just a huge disappointment. I was literally getting like pinching in my skin every step. So I knew instantly they weren't going to be the ones, which was a real shame. I would say that the sole is not as comfortable as I kind of wanted it to be. They have two different styles of soles to their sandals. This is like the smaller style, and they also have a thicker style, and I honestly thought that this was not that comfortable. It's not super squishy, it's not like massively arched to like give you arch support. It's not, I just wasn't that impressed. I think maybe the other sole style would have been better, would have been more comfortable, but I think I was so put off by the fact that this seemed like such a huge design flaw that it would pinch with every step, that just put me off ordering any other styles from them, especially because all the other styles were so much more expensive and they weren't in the sale. So I ended up just not being that impressed. I was unsure whether that fault was specific to the fact that I bought these in such a small size. I was wondering if I had like a longer foot, that they would be more spread out and then wouldn't do that. I don't know. But yeah, I ordered these in a 3. To be honest, I probably could have done with a 4. I think if I was going to keep them, I would have ordered them in a 4 because my foot was quite close to the edge. But yeah, I was just, the sole I wasn't that impressed with. The whole pinching thing I wasn't impressed with. So they're going back, and those were not the ones. Also, the other thing I realised about this brand is that if you buy something in the sale, you have to pay to return it. Completely did not realise that until after I purchased them, which is super annoying. So all in all, not impressed with that brand. So another brand that kept popping up when I was researching comfortable, nice sandals, etc. Was this brand called Blowfish Malibu. Very strange name. But they kept coming up, people saying that they were really comfortable, had a really like comfortable sole. So I thought I would give these a try. This brand is stocked in a few different places, but I found it stocked on Office. So I ordered 3 different pairs. The style of these sandals is quite different to the like chunky black dad sandal kind of style. This brand do more of a kind of tan sandal, a bit more kind of a feminine style, but quite classic, maybe quite like vintage inspired, I would say. Yeah, a different style, but also a very like wearable style. So I wanted to try and find something that would work in this style as well. So I'll show you. So I ordered 3 different styles from this brand. This style that's like more, I don't know what's it called, it goes in between your toe. Anyway, wasn't so keen on the fact that it was like that thong style. Is that what it's called, or is that just what Australians call it? I don't know. Less keen on this style, just because I felt it was really weird feeling something in between my toe. I just wasn't keen on that. But also this style in the same sole as this one, and then this style that have a different kind of sole. So these ones with the toe are called the Granola Bee style in Scotch die cut colour. I think I got them all in the same colour, this kind of like tan brown colour. These ones are called the Galley Sandal, again in Scotch die cut colour. And then these ones are called the Osaka Sandal, also in Scotch die cut colour. I really liked the style of this brand. I really liked they had lots of different styles of sandals, but all like in a similar style to these. And the soles are super padded and super comfortable. So these ones that have like the thinner sole are it's very squishy and it's very bendable. However, there's like not a lot of tread on the bottom. So I thought when it came to proper walking, this wasn't so useful because it was just a bit, there's not a lot of like grip on them. Whereas these ones, which are the Osaka, have a lot of tread. Is that the word? A lot of tread. And they are also so squishy and so comfortable. I'm really, really impressed with the sole of these. So anyway, I decided to keep this pair, the Osaka sandals, and test these out. Mainly because they had the more comfortable sole, and I just think I preferred this style to the like in the toe style. Another thing to know about this brand is that the whole brand is vegan, so it's not leather, but it's so soft. It's very, very comfortable and feels very similar to leather. So if that's something important to you, that is a good thing to note. So these Osaka sandals. So I got these in a size 3 and they fit fine. I wouldn't need to go up a size, so potentially they run slightly big. I paid $39.99 for these. All of the sandals were the same price. They were all $39.99 on Office. I checked on their actual website and they were the same price there, so I thought if I ordered from Office, I think the shipping was slightly faster, so that's why I went with that. Also because I ordered the 3 pairs, I didn't have to pay for any shipping, which is great. And I think they do normal returns, but also you can return to store with Office. So yes, that's what I went for. So I've worn these out a few times and they've been really comfortable. I think the first time I wore them out, I didn't walk that far and they were fine. The second time I wore them out, I walked for quite a long time, maybe sort of like 10,000 steps or 12,000 steps, so like quite a long walking day. And I did start to like rub at the back here, but only on one shoe. Kind of annoying that it did like rub at the back of my heel, but I kind of feel like it might be more because they're still new and it's something that I need to wear them in, because the next couple times I've worn them, I haven't walked as far, but I haven't got any rubbing. So it's kind of still hard to know if like they will rub in the future, but I'm hopeful they won't. I kind of don't feel like they will. I feel like it was just a little bit of a wearing in and now they're feeling good. But other than that, they've been super comfortable. I would say as well, this section at the front here is quite loose. So I think I have quite narrow feet, so they definitely would also be fine if you have like a wider foot. But yeah, I have quite narrow feet and there's quite a lot of space, which is good, because then obviously when you're getting like hot and your feet start to like swell a little bit, as they do, it's not too tight and there was no rubbing on this front bit, which is really good. I feel like the amount of this style of sandal that I have had over the years. They have just like rubbed so much across that bit, so that was like a huge bonus. And just the sole is so comfortable. Like I said, I walked on these for maybe like 10 to 12,000 steps. I was so comfortable. The sole of my foot was super like padded, and there's nice arch support, so I was really impressed with that. So all in all, pretty impressed with these. Pretty impressed with the brand in general. They've got loads and loads of good options, lots of different styles, but all in this kind of like classic, easy to wear, like gladiatory kind of style. Yeah, so I'm really like pleased with these, and I think that for the price tag, I would say that they are definitely, like, you can tell that they're much better quality than buying like a super cheap sandal from like H&M or somewhere that would have been sort of half the price but a lot like lower quality in terms of like the sole and how much comfort that you're getting out of them. So yeah, I'm really impressed with these, and I'm gonna, fingers crossed, not have any more rubbing, and I will report back in the comments if I do, but I'm pretty sure that I think I've like worn them in enough now that I won't. Fingers crossed. So the last brand that kept coming up when I was googling was Teva or Teva. I've heard it pronounced both ways. I literally googled, and on their website they say it's pronounced as Teva, so we're going with that. Yeah, so that brand kept coming up, people saying that it was super comfortable, so I wanted to try out their brand as well. There are a few different styles that I've seen around a lot. They're all over my Instagram. So yeah, I ordered a few of those pairs to test as well. So a lot of them are stocked on ASOS, so I just ordered them from there because good old ASOS delivery. So these are the mid-form universal chunky sandals in black. So first up, I ordered them in a size 3, and they, I would say, run quite small. My foot was like really close to the edge, so these are the size 3 and these were too small, and they're going back. I also ordered the Hurricane Drift sandals. So I tried these on for a while, like walked around the house in them, but I just could tell instantly that they were not as comfortable as the mid-form universal style. These ones I ordered also in a 3. They weren't as small, but I would probably also have sized up just to make them a little bit more roomy. These ones are much more like plasticier. They're not like, they don't have the Velcro at this bit, so they're only adjustable around here, but these are cheaper. So the mid-form chunky ones are £50 and these ones are £30. They are a lot cheaper, but I would say the difference in price is reflected in the quality. Like, I don't think they're as good quality. I think they feel a lot cheaper, my personal opinion. So I did try these out, but I definitely preferred the mid-form universal ones. So I reordered them in a size 4, which fits much better. So they also do these in a bigger sole and a smaller sole. The smaller sole is just called the universal chunky black sandal, and then the bigger sole is called like the flat form one. But I went for the mid-form universal ones in the end, just because the flat form ones, like previous experience of trying those like any kind of flat form sandal, I've just found them quite awkward to walk in because they don't like bend with your foot as easily, and I didn't want that to be the case. And then the ones that were a smaller sole, I just thought this bigger sole would be more comfortable. So I've worn these out a bunch now, so I feel like I can give a good review of them. The first time I wore them was a super hot day, and I was quite like rushed and just wore them out without really adjusting them. So obviously they have this strap, but they also have this strap on the front of the shoe. And I literally just like put my foot in them and didn't even really clock that I could adjust this front bit. So when I was wearing them out the first time round, I realised that this front section was super tight and was starting to be quite uncomfortable. I know this like seems like the most obvious thing in the world, but I just loosened them, and as soon as I loosened them, they were way more comfortable. Shocking. So yes, don't make that mistake. For some reason, I did not realise that until a good like hour or so into wearing them, and I was like, oh my god, these are so uncomfortable, why have I done this? Then realised that you can literally adjust this top strap as well. So I did that, and it was much more comfortable. And since doing that, I haven't had any problems. They have been so comfortable. The sole is so comfortable, it's super padded. Another thing I was a bit like unsure of when I first tried them is that the bit where the footbed, there's this kind of like cross pattern to it, like it's kind of almost like a grainy texture, and when I first put them on I was like, oh, I feel like, is that going to be comfortable? But as I've worn them, it's been totally comfortable. It's not been a problem at all. If anything, it's been quite nice on your foot. So that was something that I thought might be a problem, but in the end was not at all. Yeah, so the arch support is so nice. Like, if that's something that you need, like, it's so comfortable. I haven't had a problem with like the Velcro. I wasn't sure if the Velcro straps were going to be uncomfortable, but no, they've been great. So yeah, I can't like praise these sandals highly enough. They have been so comfortable and I'm really happy with them. So yes, like I was saying, they are £50, which is quite a, you know, it's a pretty big investment. But I managed to get these on ASOS when they were having some kind of like discount code or sale or something. So I actually only paid £40 for them, which, you know, is slightly less than £50. I think that the cost per wear though, I'm going to wear them so much and hopefully they're going to last for years to come, fingers crossed. So I definitely think I'm going to get the cost per wear right down. So I think £40 for a sandal that you can actually walk in comfortably and for long distances, I think is totally worth it. I get that they're kind of an ugly sandal, maybe not to everyone's like taste, but I've seen so many cool girls on Instagram wearing these with like beautiful long floaty dresses that I feel like they're much more versatile than maybe I first thought, and I think you can pair them with like more feminine or long and floaty dresses and they do still look quite cool. And to be honest, I really like the chunky sandal like juxtaposed with a really long floaty dress. I like that you can kind of grunge up more feminine pieces like that. I would say out of all of my tries with these different brands, I would definitely put Teva at the top. They definitely are at the top of the leaderboard. I would give them like a solid 10 out of 10. So impressed. I would then put the Blowfish sandals, the tanned ones. At the moment I'm giving them maybe like an 8.5. We'll see how we get on. I will update in the comments if they do end up hurting again, but like I said, I'm pretty confident they aren't now, and the sole of them is so comfortable, so I would still score them quite highly. And then my Doc Marten ones, I'm like begrudgingly only gonna give maybe like a 6, just because they're just not comfortable. Like, I have walked the same walks like in the Doc Martens now as I have with the Tevas, and these are undoubtedly so much more comfortable. I think the other thing about why these are so much better than the Doc Martens is that these are so lightweight. They don't weigh anything, and I think that when you're going on those long walks, shoes like the Doc Martens that are so heavy, I think that's why they hurt so much, is because they're just so heavy and they're kind of like weighing your foot down as you're trying to walk, whereas these are super lightweight and flexible. That hasn't been a problem. And then I would score the Fitflop sandals pretty low at like a 3, just because, like I said, the sole was not that comfortable and the like design was completely flawed in that pair that I happened to order. I don't know if that would, it's kind of put me off trying anything else from that brand, but it has also got like so many good reviews that I do also think maybe I just had a bad experience with that one pair, and maybe there are other like styles in the brand that would be better, but at the moment I feel very happy with what I ended up with. So that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give the video a like and subscribe to my channel if you like this kind of stuff. I've been collecting a few new bits in my wardrobe, so I'm probably going to do a collective / thrift haul in the next few weeks. So stay tuned for that. Also, let me know in the comments if you've tried any of these brands, what your experiences are with them, or if you've got some sandals from some other brand that you think are super comfortable and you'd recommend. I would love to hear any recommendations, so please leave that in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. See you on my next one. Bye!